It is Saturday morning, March 26th, 2020, in the city of Philadelphia. This city has been on lockdown for approximately 1 week, and apparently there is no telling when this lockdown will end. All due to an unseen enemy called COVID-19, or the coronavirus. And now a worldwide pandemic has settled into Philadelphia, as is many other big cities like New York, where the toll of people catching coronavirus and of dying is growing exponentially, as it did throughout the world, as it is doing in Italy at the present time. Approximately 9,000 people have lost their lives in Italy. The doctors in Italy warn the United States to move fast, move rapidly. Otherwise, we too will experience the breakdown of the entire medical and hospital system. It's not that coronavirus is extremely deadly, although it is more deadly and 19 to 20 times more susceptible of catching it than the current yearly flu that we get. Little is known about this, although each day more and more is becoming evident to those of us throughout the world. This is definitely a name that we will remember in our history for a long, long time. Apparently this virus started sometime in December of 2019 in Wuhan, China. Supposedly it started with a person that ate a bat. Most viruses, as we know them, come from the animal world. This one is especially deadly to older people, anyone over 60, and especially vulnerable and deadly to those with underlying conditions: high blood pressure, heart disease, cancer, things of that nature. The mourning grows throughout the world as day by day the death toll grows exponentially. It is almost like looking out into the deep and seeing nothing but death on the horizon. Just as this city lies as quiet as it is. Normally this would be a bustling time in northeast Philadelphia, with people headed out to free markets, work, etc. Only those businesses that are essential to maintain human life are open at this time. They are supermarkets, pharmacies, hospitals, convenience stores. The sound of the morning buzz would normally waken me up on a Saturday morning when I want so much to sleep late. I do live on a main street here in northeast Philadelphia, on Frankford Avenue. It is very strange and very odd indeed to see virtually nothing. Nothing stirring. Think green, think green. Trash trucks. They are essential. We are following in the footsteps of the rest of the world, which is currently being devastated by this virus. Countries like Iran, Italy, Spain, and now even France are deep in the well of death and the destruction of the health system. At one time I used to be a believer that the powers that be were looking for global everything. Now it seems that global everything has come to light and is no longer the way to go. We are strapped for needs in every single hospital throughout the United States. And as we speak, it will only grow worse for a longer period of time. We are short especially of respirators. Respirators because this virus seems to have fishhooks that attach to the lungs. Once they attach to the lungs, they just duplicate themselves exponentially throughout the lungs until the individual is, as they say, drowning in air. Myself, I've always thought that one of the worst ways that I would not like to die would be drowning or burning to death in a fire. However, coronavirus has taught me that there could be worse things in the world. Imagine drowning in thin air. Not water. Air. Air that you breathe every day that gives you life. It circulates oxygen through your blood system into your body. Imagine not being able to breathe. The air that you can take in is a struggle. It's like a 15-round battle. And a battle which most people who are older and with underlying conditions know that they can't win. Scientists throughout the world are scurrying to come up with answers, come up with a drug for the treatment of this disease, let alone a vaccine. Although the President of the United States seems to be quite assured that this too shall pass, many of us look at each other as we keep socially apart and wonder, but when will it pass? And of course then, there are those that ignore reality, those that believe it is a government framing, those that believe it is not true. This in itself destroys mankind's ability to comprehend this challenge. This challenge which comes from the unknown. It is like reaching out into the wilderness and nothing is there. Nothing. It sneaks up on you like a quiet breeze of air, only to take away the air within your lungs and to suffocate you until you die. Think of it. Those of you who are young are now falling prey to this virus. Well, that's a little bit of misinformation, because you have been falling prey to the virus throughout the world all the time. It's just that it was never reported. Most of the emphasis was placed on the elderly. The elderly and those with conditions which made it impossible to survive. So, all we can do on this planet now is to look to heaven and hope that somebody is there listening. Somebody that will come to our aid sooner than later, and to save the planet Earth. Maybe some of us knew all the time that we were never going to get to Mars, because there was going to be no civilization to get to Mars. That is where it's happening. The Earth could possibly be in its final hours. Only time will tell. There is too much to be known about this invisible enemy. Having served in wartime in the United States, I asked this one question, mainly of the young people. When I say young, I mean people in their teens, in their 20s, and their 30s. I was asked to go to war and be shot at. We're only asking you to sit on the couch. How can you be so ruthless? How can you be so selfish? Just sit on the couch. You're not being shot at. Missiles aren't being fired. You're not being kept captive. You're not being strangled, tortured in enemy camps. The powers that be are only asking you to sit on a goddamn couch. How hard can that be? After all, your generation has been sitting on its ass all its life. Maybe not on a nice soft couch, but still. Everything has been handed to you. You are selfish, you are misguided, and your generation will come to know at this time that you were part of the problem, not an answer to it. So I say, let us all not gather hands. Let us all look each other in the eye and say, we can stop this because we're all in this together. Every single one of us. Young, old, male, female, married, single, everything. Any possibility of a definition can handle. So on this Saturday morning of March 26, 2020, let us look at each other in the eye as we keep our social distance, and just give a little glance and say, I know we're in this together. We're going to do it. We're going to do it because you will open your eyes and you will see the reality of where you are and how you got there. Your mother, your father, your grandfather, your grandmother. Who do you call when you're in trouble? Grandma, Grandpa, I need some money. Yeah, right. Well, Grandma and Grandpa are asking you to just sit on a goddamn couch. Not go to war, not get shot at, not end up in a prison camp. Just sit on a goddamn couch and stay away from others. We've got to stop this from spreading. Today came the news that they do not know. They have no idea whether this will come back every single year. Well, We have one chance to fight it, and it's now. Saturday morning, March 26th in Philadelphia, the ghost town. Let us make up our minds. Let us look at each other in the eye and know that every one of us, young and old, are going to do what is necessary to defeat this enemy. It is almost like the day the earth stood still. Everything stopped but time. We can do it. We have amazing technology. We've come a long way since past epidemics that just about destroyed humanity. So, let's put them feet together. Let's kick some ass. Young, old, everybody. Do what you have to do. Do what you're told to do. And we'll come through this looking pretty good. I'm not going to be a Trump. I'm not going to say next week, next month, next year. But I know because I have faith that we can do it. And we will do it. Look your fellow human being in the eye and say, let's go. Let's do it. God bless you. And God bless the planet Earth.